Hello my friends, my name's David Rivers. Welcome to this video where I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey with Kundalini. Many years ago now, I'm 55, and when I was about 19, 20 years old, I met a guru named Brother Charles, and he was a disciple of Muktananda. Master Charles had been with Muktananda as his attendant for 12 years. And when I met Master Charles, when his eyes met mine, and mind you, I thought he was a fake, so I wasn't expecting anything to happen. I had decided, I could see quite clearly he was a fake. It seemed obvious. But when his eyes met mine, all sense of separation dissolved, and there was this titanic waves of cosmic love. And I had the realization, or the recognition, I recognized that there is enough love within each of us for all of us. There's no shortage of love. And then this led to a spontaneous self-inquiry process that led to a breakthrough, a Satori, a self-realization. And then with that came the full Kundalini awakening. And that opened a whole other process. And so with the realization, the recognition of my true nature, that self-realization, came the understanding I do nothing. The sense of doership was revealed as being an overlay. It was an error in perception, essentially. Thoughts arise, there is no thinker. Actions happen, there is no doer. And it was clearly seen this is the case for everyone. I would be speaking to someone, the checkout chick in the shop, and you could see the thought happening, the speech happening, the actions happening, and you could see the little quiver of the ego claiming the actions. The universe was seen through. It was seen to be an appearance in consciousness, and it's nothing other than consciousness. But with that awakening came this subtle flow of life energy that was manifesting in the brow area, the third eye area, as an opening that was infinite, an opening to the infinite, and a vibration, a sweet current of presence that was a phenomenal vibration. And you see, the self that had been realized is and was the self that is common to all. It's that which we are. It was the revelation of the universal nature of the self. However, within that, this current of vibration, this elixir of aliveness, had also come alive, was awakened. And I knew this was Kundalini. And I used to call it the sweet current of presence. And so that current of presence in the Ajna eventually flowered up into the crown. It was some years later, I was sitting on a couch. I was sitting on a couch and at my grandmother's house. And it's interesting. The initial breakthrough, the enlightenment, if you will, happened at one grandma's house, Lydia's house, and then the awakening, the Kundalini going fully all the way up to the crown happened at the other grandma's house. Mum's mum here and dad's mum there, Thelma. So I was sitting on Thelma's couch. I was living with Thelma, and they were the days. And living with Nan, going through this full-on Kundalini process. She always wondered, why don't you talk? And I was sitting there, and suddenly I became aware of Siddhaloka. And I just suddenly became intimately aware. I'm in Siddhaloka. Siddhaloka is here. And it was like I could suddenly see into Siddhaloka. And more of an intuitive vision than anything, full-blown phenomenal in the perceptual field. Just you could say I suddenly considered Siddhaloka, and it became present to me. And I asked all of the siddhas in Siddhaloka for their grace. I asked for their blessing. And I believe, like, as I asked for their grace and their blessing, as the prayer happened, the sweet current of presence at the Ajna, that basically an opening, that within the opening it's infinite. It's like a window in a room to the infinite, let's say. From the perspective of the room, it looks like the window's got certain dimension, but the space that's through the window, if the window is looking out into space, is infinite. So it's like that. That, and there's a vibration, quite a powerful vibration at that Ajna. And the Ajna kind of quickened, its vibration quickened very swiftly. This happened very, very swiftly, and went up through the center of the head, like in through the head and up to the top of the crown. And then instantly the feeling was as if there was pressure being put all around, but the thousand petals. It was as if, there were fingers on my head everywhere pushing, and you could feel this beautiful pressure all around the crown. And the Shakti just whoosh, the crown just flowered open, and the oneness of the self, that the all-pervading presence of the self, which manifested locally at the Ajna through its portal as a sweet current of presence, which then pervaded out into the environment and pervaded that vibration from the Ajna, pervades the environment and pervades through the body. That's what you'd call the energetic, what my Guru Master Charles would have called the energetic, which is a phenomenal dimension of the vibration of consciousness. I refer to this as a manifestation of Vimarsha, because that vibration of consciousness refers to consciousness. It refers to the non-objective, all-pervading reality of being, what is the universal self, right? So that Vimarsha, that vibration of Shakti that was pervading everything and emanating from the brow, now kind of everything kind of rushes up into the crown. It's still vibrating out into the environment and the general atmosphere, but it simultaneously, as suddenly you realize, there's a lot more of this Shakti here. It's like it's an infinite, massive Shakti, and it vibrates up into the crown and above the head and filling the crown, and became the Swarupa, the absorption in the formless. And I was just sitting on the couch. I was probably, I don't know, I'm somewhat tongue-in-cheek add this in, but Nan and I used to watch Home and Away. So I was waiting for Home and Away to come on when this happened. And my Nan used to say, "What's wrong with you?" She'd see me sitting there kind of like my eyes wide open and not not looking at anything in Shambhavi Mudra. So, and people speak about this pressure they get at the Ajna. This is not uncommon. And the crown. So my view is, what I want to say to you, because this is based on my long-lived experience with this process, having really gone all the way with the Kundalini process, or to an advanced level with it, by the grace of my guru, no fault of my own, is that, it's revealed that energy, what people are calling pressure, that's the pressure of the energy of consciousness. We're calling it Kundalini, but it's also Spanda. It's also the vibration of life. It's also Vimarsha. It's you can look at it as Vimarsha, a manifestation of the self-reflecting or the self-knowing capacity of awareness, consciousness. And that what people call pressure, it reveals itself to be the universal power. It's just when someone's saying, well, there's pressure in the crown or there's pressure in the third eye, and yes, it gets overwhelming. Yes. Dhyan Yogi of the Dhyan Yoga tradition, the Anandi Shaktipat tradition, he would ask Shankaracharya, a gentleman who's in my book, The Dance of Stillness, or the dance of, also published as The Dance of Kundalini, to massage his head because of the pressure was so intense. And Dhyan Yogi was given the advice by another guru, the reason that the pressure is so intense is because there's more Shakti than just for you. The Shakti is, or the Kundalini is overflowing into the environment, and so therefore your energetic, the subtle energy in that human being is vibrating the environment with the force of awakening, the force of the enlightened power. This is spontaneously manifesting Bodhicitta. That is the real Bodhicitta. That's the Bodhicitta that blesses the environment and can awaken people in the environment, can undo their samskaras and dissolve their suffering and help to subtly bless and awaken the people around you. Probably very subtly, but still nonetheless powerfully. So bear with that pressure in the crown. Get a head massage if you need one. My guru also used to recommend to me aerobic activity, dancing, brisk walking, to help move the energy through the body, help keep the blood flowing through the body. And you basically need to develop a tolerance for that energy. That's one of the things we need as Kundalini yogis and yoginis, people living with the awakening of this energy. We need to develop a tolerance for higher states of consciousness. When a higher state of consciousness manifests through a human being, and that human being still has the personality structure and the ego structure, and the body of that human being is accustomed, or was in the beginning accustomed to living with a certain frequency of energy, let's say, a certain intensity, a certain qualitative and quantitative energetic presence. And now with Kundalini awakening, that energy is expanded and universal, or becoming universal. It's vast, it's impersonal, and the unconscious opens into the collective unconscious. Then that is a journey, isn't it? That's a profound journey, so I would recommend journaling. I have found mantra to be a profound help and a profound anchor, and just remembering the maxims of the teachers, remembering the teachings. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am pure consciousness. I honor myself, I love myself, and I'm referring to the universal self, not the limited personality. And attending spiritual gatherings. I love to attend the Catholic Mass, and or chanting and so on. So there you go. That's a little bit sharing from the heart as best I can. Something that might be helpful, hopefully, to someone. This channel is called Dharma Servant. That's come from, I was given the name Dharmadasa by my Buddhist teacher up in the Blue Mountains. And it means servant of the Dharma. I like that. So I made the channel Dharma Servant. So I wish you well. Om Namah Shivaya. If you would like to get in touch with me for any guidance relative to Kundalini, feel free. My email is in the contact there, the details area of this channel. God bless you. Bye-bye.